Grand Slam. No, not that Grand Slam, no. This Grand Slam, yeah. That's a Grand Slam I want to see. AEW Grand Slam Australia. Here we go. The first match we have up here is Jon Moxley taking on the Alpha Tenosuke Takeshita. I'm still confused on whether to call this championship an actual belt, if it's still summed up with the international title, or if that's a whole other thing, or just Okada has like the other belt for like no reason. I just don't know. It's still confusing to me. And they have like the new one with Ricochet, or like, I just don't know. But this match for me, it came down to a time limit draw, and like all time limit draws, you always want to crave more, and these guys did not, to me, miss any step. I feel like a crap ton of it was technical kickouts, man. I don't know. A lot of it, to me, it could have been done without, but I guess if they are going to try and progress this further on down the line, a draw is definitely going to be the result. Maybe then it could be something a lot more than what it was. I'm not saying what this was bad, but I'm saying it could have been way more, in my opinion. On to the Tag Team Championship match. Bates of Wrath taking on Magnus, Megan Bayne, and Penelope Ford. Bates of Wrath's reign, to me, it's been how it's been. Maybe it's just because Willow is also holding the TBS Championship, and maybe it's just because it's just the start of their reign. But what I'm trying to say is they're starting to become more and more familiar with me. I guess maybe it's because of how the match went and how it was going and how it progressed and all of that stuff. But maybe to me, it just didn't have that feel of these guys are the top champions. Maybe it's just me. Even the finish, it came down to another roll-up victory. They slip away and like barely made it out from their onslaught. But I think this was a pretty decent women's tag team championship match, and they got a new alliance coming in. Like, this is the women's division being put on the spot. It's good that the women are getting this recognition, and hopefully moving down the line we will be able to see this explode in a good way. But moving on to the #1 contendership for Revolution, Hangman Adam Page versus Andrade El Idolo. My goodness, what can I say about this match? Man, this match was crazy, and it's not really a surprise to me. Well, I guess you can say it's a surprise. I will say that this match to me, with everyone Andrade has encountered and conquered, defeating Swerve and Kenny and all those people, you cannot tell me that he wouldn't have won this, but I guess he didn't win this. Hangman ended up getting the victory, and I understand he can't be working for your heel on heel and stuff like that, but like, dude, from all this momentum, only just to see him get flushed away from the World Heavyweight title scene sucks so bad to watch. But I feel like deep down in my heart, he has to become AEW champion, because I feel like there's been so much against him since what WWE did to him. All this momentum, I don't think they will just toss it away just that quickly. We'll just have to wait and see down the line. I'm hoping, I'm banking he's gonna be up here once again, and I hope to see it very soon. But for now, we have a cowboy in the title match scene for now. Up next, we have the mixed tag team hair match. Hoo-wee, what can I say? This to me was a freaking comedy match. Again, I was a bit skeptical for Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy, because to me, I don't know, I guess Orange does better more on his own than with the women. Those two dynamics do well separately. I don't know if I feel good about them being together too much, but I will say this match to me definitely felt fun. It just felt fun and funny. Honestly, it was practically just Wheeler Yuta getting on most of the time, and at the end of the match, when he takes the Storm Zero and pin, like, You kind of feel bad for the guy. I mean, he did try and run. While yeah, he does get his hair taken. Like this kind of sucks. It's like the beginning of one of those downfall of this said wrestler videos, and it shows images like this. This is probably a big moment in his career. Not sure if it's going to help him or make less of him, but I guess we'll see down the line. On to the TNT ladder match, Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe. And what can I say that has not already been said about these two? These two have got to be one of the most perfect matched people on the card. These guys made that ladder match feel like an old style ladder match to me, like those ladder matches where it's not too chaotic, but it's just enough brutality to where those moves they put out and they do on the ladder really sink in my opinion. If it wasn't enough for these guys to have really good matches together, I think this ladder match, to me, it just went all balls to the wall match of the night, in my opinion. Up there, these two know what they're doing with one another. And I don't understand why Tommaso had to lose to Kyle. Why not just let them hang on to the belt and not give Ciampa a run? But I did like Ciampa's run, even if he did have like not much time to do with it. But I hope he does come back to get it. I think he can do something with it. After his match with Kyle Fletcher, I think he can hang with these two if possible. And finally, the main event of the evening, MJF versus Brody King for the AEW Championship. It was surprising to me. Like, after seeing the championship eliminator and seeing Maxwell get squashed, I thought it could come back to that. But man, they somehow made it a way to stretch out that match to this. It all came down to Max just being very meticulous with Brody's knee and ultimately just barely grasping by and surviving just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, his world championship title reign right now, I feel like it's going a lot more better to me, because I feel like since he's been holding the championship, he's kind of scraping by. He's showing that the challenges are getting to him, and I'm getting way more invested in these matches. Not to say his other one didn't have good matches, because you know, if you don't know what the top matches of his last run would be, then I would call you a liar, because you do. And yet at the end of the day, he retains against Brody King and will see Hangman yet again in the world title picture. And I wonder what the result will be this time. But until then, check out my videos and STARZ unite.